All right, so let me just show you, because if you're not logged in properly, so there's no comments to go over. So I'm going to shut that down. Now, Michael told me that Trump's going to be at Kentucky Derby today. Donald Trump to attend 148th Kentucky Derby. Former President Donald Trump to attend Kentucky Derby. It's going to be for a fundraiser. Kentucky Derby 148. Former president coming to Kentucky Derby. Now we know that his name comes to 148. So when you key in Donald J. Trump, he is 148 in simple gematria. And that's the one that gives you the 888 and the 1189 also, that we've been over many times. So Trump's going to be there today. And I just got through watching View to a Kill. That was all about horse racing. And we know View to a Kill is about the death of the Antichrist. That's what most all of the titles are of James Bond movies. The View to a Kill is about the View to a Kill for the Antichrist. Skyfall is the end times. God's wrath, the sky is falling. Trump's love with Russia that they tell us about. GoldenEye, because the deadly wound is to his right eye. You only live twice, because the Antichrist seemingly returns from the dead. License to Kill, because of course the Antichrist will be killing 2 billion during World War III, or the Four Horses, or famine, death. He'll be the human ringleader of all that, but it's Satan that's doing it through the Antichrist. But his license to kill is given to him by whom? That's right, by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who has specifically stated that he has created all the evil on this earth. Without it, we would just be living in some utopian society. But the Antichrist job is, of course, to purge the sheep, to purge the world out of them, to purge them of their sins, to give them their death, to make them drink the cup, to make their robes white. Tomorrow never dies. Just go with it. Sure, there's 1,000 ways you can go with that. The world is not enough. He wants your soul too. Moonraker, he is the moon child. Of course, View to a Kill. Die another day. Because why? Because he doesn't really die. He'll die another day, but not the day everybody thinks he's dead. His death day is, I don't know. That's kind of hard to explain. But if you've been with me long enough, then you know that the iron does not mix with clay. At some point, the symbiote does die. He will die as Satan takes over his body and uses his body as an avatar. So he's attending the Kentucky Derby. You can go to Telling Truth 3, which all of y'all should be subscribed to. It's only got 2 views, 5 views, 4 views. This has 8, 2, and 2. Why that 8? Probably because the thumbnail, the check, and the title. My goodness, something is really going to happen, and so it gets a few more. Y'all should watch every one of them. They're not that long. So let's let this go. because y'all aren't watching it on the other
So-
channel. So
Look how they like pose this check for you. Now, my friend Robin
Mayday.
was 2 days old. She was born May.
And Mayday is the character's name in the movie who starts off evil and turns to good and helps save people. Interesting.
1st, 1985. Check says 131. 131st day of the year will be May 11th. That's for sure. You got the 500 for Antichrist. Thank you, Jamie. G500, the number for Antichrist. And a lot of little numbers in there. But a 6066. Well, what do you know? 2016, today is the day my dad was found in the year of 2016. He might have died May 6th or May 7th. They suspect May 7th in the report. But so, and there it is, 2016, which of course the year Trump won the election. You got a 201 there for event 201, then a 666. You got a 509 for May 9th, a day I'm really big on. And of course, again, the co-villain's name in the movie, Mayday.
She did turn to good later on in the
Well,
movie
And you got a 16 there.
and teamed with Bond.
They were really high on. 201 fused with the 16. May. 66 for the Book of Revelation. Without the zero, people say that's a 666, that you drop the zero, that they don't count zeros. Then in that case, I think we need to listen to those people, because you have a 216 fused with a 666. And we know that 216 is the product of 6 times 6 times 6. So you also have on May Day, I'm sorry, on May 9th, fused with a 98.
509.
The Book of Revelation. There's your 66 over there for the Book of Revelation. The 98th verse of that 66 book. The 98th verse is the rider on the white horse receiving his.
What is that 13:3 verse? We need to look at that. Like, what number is that verse? Hang on. It's verse 213, if my calculations are correct, because the sum is 211 verses through chapter 12. And then it's the third verse. So it'd be 212, it's 214. I'm sorry. Because you got to add 3 to the 211. So it's 214. $211 plus 3. 12, 13, 14. So 214. 214 is an interesting number too. Because when you look at 214, you got 7, 14, 21. So it's got multiples of 7 twice, because there's a 14 and a 21. That actually happens a lot with time and numbers that I've been noticing lately. But anyway, okay. Very good.
Crown. It's basically the deadly wound Bible verse without saying deadly wound. It's the first time.
By the way, that's Valentine's Day, isn't it? 214. Ah. Okay. I got it. We get it.
We know of the deadly wound. It's Revelation 6:2, the 98th verse in the Bible. Now, I was talking about day 133 earlier.
Now, when is day 214? Oh. The end of July is 2/12. So August 1st is 2/3. So it's August 2nd. You've got to be kidding me. That's not possible, is it? Oh my goodness. 8:02 text to Trump. That's the day I sat down and told Candy I wanted a divorce, which is 86 and the 88, the beginning of that. Text to Trump is 88024. There's an 802 in the middle of it. That's day 214. That's the deadly wound Bible verse. That's the 214th verse is the first time deadly wound is mentioned. Oh my goodness, is August 2nd. Did August 2nd just become exponentially gigantic all of a sudden?
Which is, what day was that? May 13th. And that is a deadly wound Bible verse where it says that a deadly wound by the sword. But
The 98th Bible verse is the crowning, when the Antichrist gets his crown. And we know day 133 is the 13th for Revelation 13:3, which is also deadly wound.
did live, or deadly wound, but did anyway. The first time a deadly wound is mentioned as saying deadly wound
is Revelation 13:3. And day 13:3 or day 133 is May 13th.
in Revelation 13 is mentioned 3 times: 13:3, 13:12, and 13:14.
14. Yay.
Well, so 13:3
is May 13th. Is that all I'm saying?
it's
The rest of this whole
chapter
video.
13, verse 3. That's a 13:3. That's a 133.
I was a little groggy, wasn't I, when I did this? Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, snap two. Snap two, I say. Old chap.
So the deadly wound Bible verse in Revelation 13:3.
So you got a 133 for the deadly wound, coupled with a 9/11 right there. Very interesting. But also, again, could be the 133rd day of the year, which is Friday the 13th.
It's got 9/11, 13:3,
I think that's all I talk about here.
but it's also day 1, May 13th.
The length of the movie is 2:11:18. Now they can cut these movies however they want to. We just got through learning that 2:11 is the first 12 chapters. It's the 211 verses cover the first 12 chapters of Revelation. And then, so 2:11 and the next number after 2:11 is 18. Well, that means you're at Revelation 13:18, the 666 Bible verse. Now, that could just be a coincidence, but being that we always say we don't believe in them, then we're just gonna have to go with that. It's crazy. Lastly, you've got May 13th coded in again.
So View to a Kill with May 13th again, day 133.
Just seems to be kind of screaming at us, isn't it? Okay. Okay. So Grace Jones in real life was born May 19th in Jamaica, which, you know, they're always about Jamaica, which is where my honeymoon was. But Bond's connection to Jamaica is, you know, if because he was born in Jamaica, Queens, right? And Scotland is his other big connection. It's all, you know, it's always Jamaica. And my honeymoon was in Jamaica, and Trump was born in Jamaica, Queens. Just nutty. But her birthday is May 19th, so we have to keep an eye on that, right? Her name in the movie was Mayday. She was born May 19th, so that's just another day we have to track. And day 133 is Revelation 13:3, the Deadly Wound Bible verse. Yes. Michael says, 1988 Stanley Cup champions were the Edmonton Oilers. We'll see if they do it again. Their player's name is Kane, and I love that whole, Kane. They love to be the descendants of Cain. In the movie Kingsman Secret Service, there is a murder scene at Kentucky Church. And today he's going to be at the Kentucky Derby. And it's the 158th running of the Kentucky Derby. Now, Michael sent me that at 11:17 a.m. So that's interesting. Does he get it at the Kentucky Derby in Church Hill Downs, because the Kentucky shooting again took place in the movie Kingsman Secret Service? There's a murderous scene at Kentucky Church. I mean, wow. Does he get it at the Kentucky Derby in Church Hill Downs, like the scene in Kingsman Secret Service where the gunman shoots up a church in Kentucky? It's the 148th running, and 148 equals Donald J. Trump in gematria. So today, we're going to have to really log in as a really high watch day. Today is day 127. There is a 127 in the middle of Candy and I's number for this year and all the years since we were married. But there was actually a 127 starting in 2006. We met, and our first date was 2005. Still had a 27 in it. They've all had 27s until next year. But specific this year and every other year before it for 15 years, 127. And today is day 127. And there's a 2001 in our combined number that we also then multiply by 2022. So, there's a 216, of course, in our combined number for this year times the year. So, but if we go to today, everything that would include today is October 2nd, 2022. If you go, we're on that 37 day. Today is a day that is a, how do I say this? A progression of 37 from today does lead us to October 2nd. Okay. We do have an eclipse that matches today. April 4th, 2015 blood moon eclipse matches today. I've got it highlighted in blue because it was part of the tetrad of two of them that hit in 2014 and two that hit in 2015. They were all allegedly on Jewish feast days. My second wife, Candy, I was her marriage progression of 88. And her number times this year begins with 1117 for the Deadly Wound Bible verse. There's a lot of lot more to those numbers too. She has an 8 in it, a 36. 8 is a triangular number of 36. 36 is a triangular number of 666. So there's a lot to her number times this year. And so tracking her birthday, I decided to do. And May 7th is a connects. Also, total solar eclipse that took place in 1988 connects. If you back it up a day, which we can do, a lunar eclipse in the year I graduated, 1979. And lastly, as you can back into today with this May 8th deal here, that you can back into May 7th if you include both dates. And it goes like this. This is a cipher it hits on. October 26th, 2019. Since they went 88 miles per hour, in 1985, and then he goes down in 1988. Now we're using both movies, Back to the Future and Donnie Darko. Since he went down on October 2nd, 1988, okay? Well, the years before that would be 1987, 1986, 1985. 1985 happens to be when they went 88 miles per hour on October 26th. Well, if you also go back the same amount of years to October 26th, it would be October 26, 2019, which would be the same amount of time before this year's coming October 2nd, since this October 2nd is a complete match and overlay of 1988 from March on, but especially October and October 2nd. So we do hit on October 26, 2019, as if it would be when they went 88 miles per hour on October 26, 1985. Same distance between October 2nd, 1988, and now paralleling that with October 2nd, 2022. I tried to make that not confusing, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. So if it doesn't match, we'll take all this May 7th and we will move it down. Whoops. Put it down at the bottom. Because we're gonna keep this continuous and just keep tracking, folks. That's what we're gonna do. Just keep tracking away. Today is super interesting. Hey, it's 222, y'all. And we will sign off at 222. If he goes down today, they sure gave us plenty of tells, did they not? They sure did. Plenty of tells with that whole Kentucky Derby deal. Wow. And the View to a Kill. And what a coincidence that I started watching A View to a Kill. I mean, that's insane if he goes down today. That would definitely be a thank you, Jesus moment, right? All right, love y'all.